how you were a number 8. That you said, you sort of said that you're a back row a bit ahead of your time. Like, you were never the biggest. I mean, you were never the biggest back row, let alone to then play number 8. And do you think that that's like played a factor in more of your success than it has a detriment? Because I deal with like a lot of younger players now that are like, they're 85 kgs or something like that, and they're young and they're like, oh, I need to be 100 because that's what I need to be. Like,
you know what? This is the thing that winds me up the most about younger players. Why are people obsessed with being the biggest to play? I understand that teams want bigger players. I understand this, but what is it going to prove if you're big but can't catch a ball? What is the point of being 105 kilos if you don't know how to tackle? Like, for me, the development of children or the development of under 18s, they should be body weights, so they know core strength, joint strength, mobility, neck, core, things like that will give them a platform when they get on, and develop your skills. Learn to tackle correctly, learn to carry correctly, learn to break down correctly, to jackal, learn to pass, learn how to run dummies or hard lines or mismatches, learn to do 2-on-2s, 3-on-1s. This is where you're going to develop. I didn't hit 100 kilos until towards the end of my year at Gloucester. So I'd gone all through university. I was 22 until I made 100 kilos. Till that age, till then, I was always 90, 91, 92, 95 at a push. Now I've got older and my body's developed naturally and developed the way it was supposed to develop. I topped out at 112, 113 kilos at Leicester when they wanted me heavy, which was too heavy, by the way.
Yeah.
But now I play comfortably between probably 103 and 106. Like that's my weight, my natural body weight. If I wasn't to do loads of weights, I'd probably drop down a little bit, but I wouldn't drop down huge because my body's grown as it's supposed to grow. Yes, I've done weights. Yes, I've trained my arse off and put a huge amount of effort in, but it's been nothing that's made me. I've never swelled up 10 kilos in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's all been gradual. It's all been the right development, and I thank all the S&Cs and the trainers that I've been involved with, because that's the way it's done. What wrecks me is when you see people obsessed with stats. Well, we had that chat the other day, didn't we, a little bit online about the 1-rep maxes. That what do they actually solve? Yep. I said to you about maybe, it might just let you know what working weight you need.
Yeah.
And you said, well, you can work that out anywhere. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Why do people need to put their body through absolute duress to be a rugby player? The game is hard enough without having to load your back with a 250 kilo back squat.
That no one cares
I haven't
about.
squatted. No, I've not squatted for 8 years until I joined Ealing. So I wanted to squat again, and I've started really low, and I only go to 90 to a bench now because I don't need to go all the way to the floor, because what's that going to prove? I can put weight to the floor and put stress on my knees. No, I can go to 90 and I can get strength in my legs, and we do a lot of single-legged stuff. Like single-legged RDLs, or we do skater squats or stuff like that, because that develops you more to be functional on the pitch than it does to put your body under duress or unnecessary like inflammation and stuff that you just don't need when you're getting battered 4 times a week.
yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And the first thing that you said was like the best as well. I really enjoyed that way. It's like, because I say this to people all the time, they're like, what's the best weight exercise I can do to be a better tackler? I'm like, well, why don't you go inside and just practice tackling? Like, like no one ever does it.
And don't get me wrong, I understand that, and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing in a minute. But I understand that there are certain exercises that will make you more powerful in certain positions. But if you don't get your shoulder or your head in the right place, it's pointless.
Yeah, or
these exercises, or someone just steps you. Someone like one of the Fijian Sevens boys, like Charles Piatal, for example. Charles will absolutely make silly and get your feet in right. Like he did it to me numerous times. Or Wadey in training. Wadey would make me look silly in a 5-meter channel. But that helped me because then I learned how to control my feet more. The weight in the gym's not going to help me there. Being on the pitch with somebody stepping me helped me because I learned what triggers to read.